Hello there, my name is Luke and welcome to the top 10 clubs in non-league that you need to watch out for in the next few years. All these clubs either have a lot of fans, a lot of money, but the thing they have in common is serious ambition. So in at number 10 is Greenwich Borough. They currently play in the 8th tier after winning the Southern Counties East League last year, that is the 9th tier. They've got Gary Alexander as their player manager. He's played hundreds of games in the Football League for the likes of Burton Albion and AFC Wimbledon most recently. They've also got a conference winning captain from just a few years ago, 2014-15, Charlie McDonald, captain Barnet to the title of the conference. He is there scoring a lot of goals for Greenwich Borough. Also Bradley Pritchard, who's played in the Football League for the likes of Leyton Orient and Charlton Athletic. They are making waves as a little club coming from lower down, and they're going to be rising up in the next few years. In at number 9 is South Shields. They play in the Northern League Division 1 after winning the Northern League Division 2 last year. That was the 10th tier. They're now in the 9th tier. They are currently actually second in the league because there's a big title battle going on between them and North Shields. But they are having average attendances of about 1,100 this year, which is absolutely unbelievable for the 9th tier. Their star player is former Premier League player Julio Arca. He played hundreds of games for the likes of Sunderland and Middlesbrough up in the northeast. He's now turning out for South Shields. They've got a lot of former Gateshead players there as well, the likes of John Shaw. But any team with those sort of crowds at that level, they're going to be making progress. In at number 8 is a team from Tier 8. It is Hereford FC from the Southern League Division 1 South and West. They were the champions of the 9th tier Midland League Premier Division last year, and they've got a massive fan base, one of the biggest in non-league. They're fan-owned. They reformed only at the start of last season from the original Hereford United, and they're averaging attendances of around about 2,700 this season. They're comfortably top of their division this year as well, so promotion looks like it's going to be happening this year as well. So that's back-to-back promotions, and things are looking very bright for Hereford. In at number 7 is Billericay Town. Their new owner Glenn Tamplin took over in December and has made a number of high-profile signings for the Ryman League Premier Division side. He has signed the likes of Paul Konchesky and a number of former Bromley players such as Rob Swain and Alan Julian. These players shouldn't be playing in the 7th tier quite simply, and they've got serious financial backing from their new owner. Although promotion isn't going to happen this season most likely, it will do in future years I'm sure. In at number 6 is Ebbsfleet United. Putting it simply, they have a massive budget. They've got a budget reportedly of over £1 million, which is unbelievable for the National League South. Their star striker Danny Kedwell is reportedly on around about £2,000 a week, which is unheard of for a team at that level. They are the only professional side in the National League South. The rest of the teams in the league are part-time, so they already have an advantage. Their owners are from Kuwait. They are called KEH Sports Limited, and they've been investing for around about 3 or 4 years now, without success so far, but long-term success. With that sort of money being pumped in, it's going to happen. Now moving into the top 5, and in at number 5 is Salford City of the National League North. They've had back-to-back promotions in the last 2 years and are now sitting second in the National League North. They are owned by the class of 92 alongside Peter Lim, one of the richest people in the world, who currently owns Valencia as well in Spain. They've had a lot of redevelopment going on at Moor Lane, their stadium, in the last few months. It's now looking quite impressive, a nice little ground, and they've got a huge budget. They're moving full-time next season, so they're making that progress, which is going to really level them up. In at number 4 is our first National League side on this list. It is Eastleigh. Their owner, Stuart Donald, has been putting a lot of money into the club in the last few years, including bringing in some really high-profile signings from the Football League. Most recently, Darius Henderson has come in. He's a big striker that's been picking up a paycheck for most of his career recently, and that is what a lot of players are doing at Eastleigh. They're paying them a lot of money. So far they haven't had a lot of success in the National League. They made the playoffs last year. This year has been a complete write-off. They've been through a few managers, 4 managers to be precise, including Martin Allen, who they had to tempt with a lot of money from Barnet in the Football League. So that sort of shows the intent and the money that they've got at the club, and long-term success is the aim. In at number 3 is a team that's very similar to Eastleigh in many ways, a club that hasn't got a huge amount of history of success, but with significant financial investment. They're hoping to create some. It's Forest Green Rovers. Their owner, Dale Vince, is the owner of Ecotricity, a company that's in charge of green energy, and he's got a lot of plans for Forest Green. He's put a lot of money in over the last few years. He's a very, very rich man. They've got a new stadium planned, which is going to be made completely out of wood. Be interesting to see how that works. And their whole complex that they're basically designing, including the stadium and a lot of things around it, is going to cost £100 million. So with that sort of investment, their owner Dale Vince will not want them to be languishing in the National League for much longer. He will want them to be in the Football League. And with them currently sat in the playoffs in the National League, they're on course to do so. In at number 2 is AFC Fylde. Their owner David Haythornthwaite decided that he wanted to buy Blackpool FC a few years ago, but the Blackpool owners, the Oysters, decided they did not want to sell the club. So Haythornthwaite thought, do you know what? I'm going to build up a rival, and he's doing exactly that. AFC Fylde are making waves in the National League North. They're around 10 points clear at the top of the table over second place Salford, and they've got an amazing squad, a massive budget, a brand new stadium at the start of this season in Mill Farm, which is very nice, and the facilities there are unbelievable. Players such as Danny Rowe, who's on 40 goals so far this season and is showing no signs of leaving the club because it's his hometown club, and they're paying him a healthy salary as well. They've got a lot of other good players, they've got a very good recruitment policy and a good manager as well. An interesting thing about AFC Fylde is that they've printed on the arm of all their players' shirts 2022. Now, what this means is they aim to be in the Football League by the year 2022. They believe that they're going to do it that much that they printed it on the arms of all the players' shirts. It will be very embarrassing if they don't succeed that. They're basically setting themselves up for people to take the mick if it doesn't go right. Finally, in at number 1 is the team that is top of the National League, the team that got to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup this year. It is Lincoln City. Everything about this club is set up for long-term success. They've got a big budget, they get massive attendances at their games consistently, they've got a great squad, and they've got a great management team as well in the Cowleys. Everything about the club is setting themselves up for long-term success, and they will probably be promoted to the Football League this year. It'll be very unlikely that they'll be in the National League next year, and then I think the way that the club's going, they'll be aiming even higher. So there you have it. Those are the top 10 teams from non-league that in my opinion are going to be making waves in the football pyramid in the next few years. What teams do you disagree with or agree with? Let me know in the comments down below, and what teams do you think are going to have some long-term success in the next few years. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure that you click that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with non-league content, and thanks for watching!